Holy shit, that was a kick-ass movie. Hello, welcome Slashers. Now I'm Grip here and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video, I'll be reviewing Halloween 2018. Now, I just got back actually. This is going to be going up the next day because if I try to upload it now, it's not going to do good. So, yeah, I just got out of the theater. I got out at 9 and oh my god, this movie is great. I feel like money was well spent seeing this, and this is my first Halloween movie ever seeing in theaters, and it was a kick-ass experience. There are some things I want to talk about that specifically got me hyped, and there's a few things that turned me off, and I'll be talking about that in my spoiler section, because I'm not going to talk about it right now. This is a spoiler free review, but at the very end I will drop some spoilers for those who have seen the movie. So yeah, just stick till the end if you've seen the movie and you want to know what things I'm talking about. So let's get into this. And if you guys are at all interested in what else I've made on this channel, I made a Halloween skit to celebrate this movie coming out. I'll leave a link down in the description below. I'm going to play a clip from it so that you guys can get a little taste of what I did. So shit. So Halloween follows Laurie Strode, who after 40 years is still dealing with what happened in 78, and now Michael Myers escapes. They're transporting him, and he gets out as he's being transported. And I would say, from the music to how this was filmed, man, this is a great movie. One of the things I really want to talk about is the music, because for me, music in a movie is important, especially in a horror movie. And man, this music is amazing. It's pretty much like the Halloween theme, but it's done a little differently. I think this is my favorite version of the theme and the soundtrack in general, because man, the soundtrack, at some parts of the movie I wanted to just get up and dance because it was just such a good soundtrack. And I just really liked their new take on the Halloween soundtrack and score. It's just so good. As for how it was filmed, man, it looks great. I really like the way it was filmed. It just looks really amazing when you watch it. If you haven't seen it yet and you watch it, you'll see what I mean. It looks great. And from the beginning, I just got pulled into the movie. I was like, okay, I'm on board. Hell yeah. And throughout the movie, it's kind of suspenseful at some parts, and I think I really like that suspense. I think it was really well done in this movie. Now that we're over talking about how it's filmed, let's talk about the characters. There's Laurie Strode, there's her daughter, her granddaughter, and then there's her granddaughter's friends, and then there's other characters as well. There's another doctor in this, because unfortunately Donald Pleasant isn't with us anymore, but they got this other doctor, which I'm not going to get into that. I think it's kind of dumb what they try to do with him, but I will talk about that on my spoiler part of the video. But yeah, the characters were just kind of thrown in there to get killed, I guess. And to me, I don't know, I don't really have any feelings toward the characters. Yeah, more people to get killed. Not really any of the characters except for Laurie Strode, her daughter, and her granddaughter. They weren't that important. Characters are kind of pointless, but that doesn't bother me because at least we got some really cool kills out of it. Let's talk about Michael himself. Now, Michael in this movie, Michael Myers, man, I just love Michael Myers in this movie. He is a really aggressive, and man, I just really enjoyed Michael Myers, just him in this movie, because I feel like it's a really good take on him. And man, it freaked me out because just how ruthless and aggressive he was. There's one part that I was like, oh my god, that is so cool, and I'm a little more afraid of him now. I'm not gonna talk about that till my spoilers, but man, Michael was done extremely well in this. And plus, his mask and his jumpsuit, I feel like I really like his new look, like his worn down mask and then his like jumpsuit. It all looks great. I do want to mention a little something though. There's people saying that the jokes in this were not good, and I mean, I think some of the jokes are alright. I'm not too worried about the jokes. I think some of them are kind of funny, but then there's a few that for me just didn't really land. But we're still, I don't know. The jokes didn't really bother me, but I see what people mean, especially for like a Halloween movie. But it personally didn't bother me. I especially really like the gore in this. The special effects, all really amazing. Like I said, well shot. The kills and everything, just oh so amazing. Really loved it. There were some parts in there that I feel like could have been better written, but I will get into those parts at my spoiler area. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie. There's some things I didn't like, but I can't really explain them well without getting into spoiler territory, because there's just things in the story I didn't really care for, like directions in the story, or just one in particular. But there's just things I didn't really care about in the story. But we also got a kick-ass Michael Myers that, for me, was really intimidating. And you know what? Let's get to my final verdict. So I really enjoyed this movie. I really, really liked it. And in my honest opinion, I think this movie deserves an 8.5 out of 10 with the 9 seal of approval. I couldn't recommend this movie enough. This is a great movie. I'm being completely honest. I really enjoyed my time watching this, and I'm glad that I went to see it, because I feel like I still kind of have adrenaline running in my system because of this movie. I thought the ending wasn't bad either. I thought the ending was pretty cool, and then the final act, the showdown, I just really digged it. It's just such a great movie. And also, I think it's funny. I'm gonna mention real quick. It has nothing to do with the review or anything, but I think it's funny that I did a video years ago, and I made this list of horror icons that were getting their own movies, and every single one of them thus far have gotten their own movie, except for Jason Voorhees. Whatever company owns Jason Voorhees, you gotta hop on this. You gotta hop on a new Friday the 13th movie and give us what Friday the 13th fans want. But let's get into spoiler territory, because these are things that, if you haven't watched the movie and you want to, or if you don't care or have already seen the movie, I would recommend just clicking off right here. So, yeah, just at this point, if you don't want any spoilers, just click off the video and just go watch the movie, or do whatever people who don't want spoilers do. Let's get into this. So, something I really didn't like was the doctor that apparently was supposed to play as a replacement to Dr. Loomis. He was no replacement. And actually, matter of fact, for some reason this guy has like, I didn't really understand it, because he has like this thing for Michael Myers. He wants to know what drives him, what makes him kill. He goes on to kill someone, he's like, oh, well, that's what that feels like. And this doctor is batshit crazy. And then, like, I don't know, like, because really what's happening here is they're driving with, alright, so the doctor, Laurie's granddaughter, and a cop, I guess, who was there when everything went down, they're all riding in a car, and yeah, they run over Michael Myers, and then all of a sudden, this doctor just kills this cop. He takes Laurie Strode's granddaughter, and they just kind of leave, and, well, no surprise, Michael Myers isn't actually dead. He's in the back seat somehow. I don't know how he does not see him just sitting in the back seat, and how he didn't kill the doctor ahead of time, because he had all the chance to kill him, But instead, he's just waiting in the back seat until he stops, and then he kills him. He stomps his head out, which was a really good kill. But still, I just didn't like that direction because it didn't really go anywhere either. It was just stupid. But I will say there's one part where Laurie blows off like Michael Myers some of his fingers. He only has like 2 or 3 remaining, and there's a shot where you can see like blood dripping down and he's missing fingers, and man, that was so badass. I really loved that part. So cool. And now the ending. I'm gonna talk about the ending, and then I think I'm gonna close this video out. So Michael Myers is down in like this area that Laurie Strode built where like the cabinet kind of comes out, and yeah, Laurie Strode traps him down there and then like throws down a flare. So apparently she has like this thing where a bunch of like gas goes down there and throughout the house. She throws a flare down there and yeah, lights him aflame and yeah, I guess kills Michael Myers. But is he really dead? That is the question. Did he survive or is he actually dead? I heard there's an alternative ending to this that apparently test audiences didn't like, so they had to reshoot it and then just ended off how they did, which I wonder what their ending is. If those rumors are true, I wonder what the original ending is, and once they make it where people can buy the movie, I wonder, I really want to know what the ending was, and I wonder, I want them to have it on the Blu-ray version, because I will be getting this movie, definitely, because it's great. I really enjoyed this movie. I think that's all for this review. I really overall enjoyed this movie, but if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, join the Cinema Pause family, and become a slasher, and share, as sharing really helps the channel, especially this video. I really appreciate all the support, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.